Build Belleville is about making our community better, and things that make our community better is our infrastructure, the basic nuts and bolts that make this city what it is today.
It's absolutely a balancing act between what what the taxpayers of today can afford to spend, but also the services that are required that the municipality needs to provide.
We have a challenge, like most municipalities in Ontario that were built after the World War II. Infrastructure assets are in dire need of repair. Build Belleville is to say, let's take some pressure off next councils, let's take some pressure off moving out, let's get a plan together, do some asset management, fix the things that we need to be fixed right away, as well as still look at our current everyday yearly capital plan and run that at the same time and get ahead.
There's far more needs in our community for sure than what we have the resources to deal with, whether we go through a financing program or just our day-to-day operating budgets that we live within financially.
Infrastructure, it's something that a lot of people don't think about. They don't think about it. They use it every day though. They use it from the minute they get up in the morning when they turn the shower on till they turn off the light and go to bed at night. They're driving on roads, they're using the sewer and water services that the municipality provides.
A lot of the infrastructure is under the ground, and you drive down the roads, and it's basically you take for granted that the road's in good shape, and that, like you said, you turn on the tap and the water comes out, and it's great water, and you flush your toilet and the water goes down to the sewage plant okay, and you don't have any of those issues.
It's time to do a Build Belleville plan, an idea that looks after ourselves, that doesn't rely on upper governments and when that money is coming, and to address the infrastructure needs of today rather than handing them off to future generations.
The need for a new police service was first identified in 1996. It's been ongoing, and it's because of legislation and changes in policing and changing in the needs of the community. Meeting health and safety requirements, meeting accessibility, meeting the adequacy standards of the police service. Our current facility doesn't allow us to meet that legislation.
Our police facility, it provides services every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it has already, but in many ways, the service expectations of our community has changed, and not only that, the regulations under which the police services operate has changed over the many years since we have invested in a police facility.
Standards, obviously, when this facility was repurposed, are different than what the standards are as far as minimum requirements for prisoners, for victims, for witnesses.
Well, for every community, the downtown is really the face of your community. So every downtown is unique, and quite often a newcomer or a visitor to your community will go to your downtown because they really want to see what your community is all about.
In order to make downtown vibrant, we feel that it's not going to come back as the mecca of the days of when we, back as the main shopping center. When you look at, will it become a restaurant district? Right now it seems to be sliding towards a restaurant district, a banking district, and we'd like to further expand the residential component of downtown.
The core component of any successful redevelopment of a downtown is to ensure you have a very strong component of residential development. Then you have a balance of that with commercial and service and other industry. So you have to make sure that people literally live down there, and you have to create a place where they want to live, work, play, and invest.
Retail strip plazas and malls look the same wherever you go, no matter which community you choose. It's the downtown that really is the signature for your downtown. It's really the face of your community and tells a lot about what your community is all about. So having a healthy, vibrant downtown says a lot about the health and vibrancy of the rest of your community.
We have to have the infrastructure to be able to support that. The above ground infrastructure follows after that. So in other words, what we want to do is create a place that is universal in design so that we can do almost anything we want in any place within the downtown within reason. And we want to create regions and little pockets of areas that support activities that are consistent with the overall vision.
Over the last couple of years, provincial and federal government have tightened up their purse strings, and there hasn't been little or no money coming from our upper governments. Therefore now, we're back to a situation that if we use a strategy as pay as you go, we won't be addressing the $400 or $500 million left of repairs, and we have to have a new strategy. As a municipality, we can tap into the provincial financing scenario and obtain 20-year rate at 3.4% for 20 years.
In many ways, it's our community, and we have to deal with the issues that we live with. And you know, this is one manner of a financial plan, I guess, that can address some of these issues. So with spending money in creating a better community, you're going to have more people moving in to build houses, you're going to drive more businesses, and you're going to have more economic growth. We haven't really talked about that in the Bill Belleville. It's all been about, okay, here's what we can do. We can do it for a 0%, 1%, 2% tax increase. Sure, it's going to cost money to do the plan, but it's going to drive money and drive the economy also. Many of our cities, a lot of work was done back in the 60s, 50s and 60s, I guess. A lot of infrastructure was built, and now it's time that we address these needs. So Bill Belleville basically is about looking at our infrastructure, repairing our infrastructure, in an asset management plan, and becoming a sustainable leading edge municipality that has enough room for growth in a community and be one of the best communities, not only in Ontario, to Canada, to live, work, and play.